Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Curiosity Uncovered. Today, we're going to be learning about the fascinating world of tortoises, specifically our Sulcata tortoises that we have here at the Emerald Coast Science Center. So these impressive creatures are known for their large size and unique shells. And a Sulcata tortoise doesn't use a shell just for protection, but it grows as their body changes, and as they grow, it grows. And we'll learn about how these shells grow, some common conditions that can cause their shells deformities, and even ways that we can help keep our Sulcata tortoises healthy. So let's start off with how Sulcata tortoises shells grow. So a tortoise shell is made up of two main parts: the carapace, which is the top dome section, and the plastron, which is the flatter part underneath the tortoise. Both parts are made of bone and covered with plates called scutes. So the scutes are made of keratin, just the same things that our nails are made out of. And tortoises grow, so does the shell. And the bone and keratin grow along with the tortoise, so it doesn't ever outgrow its shell. And each layer of the scutes stack over the previous layers, kind of forming rings, kind of like our trees. As they grow, they form the rings. So these rings can give us a clue as to the tortoise's age and growth patterns. But for the shell to grow properly, a tortoise needs the right environment, nutrition, and care. So sometimes a Sulcata tortoise shell doesn't grow as it should. There are a few reasons why this might happen. So it can include genetic conditions, improper diet, and even improper care. And one common thing is the genetic condition that is seen as a shell starts to pyramid. So this pyramiding causes the scutes on the shell to grow unevenly, creating like raised bumps or pyramids on their shell rather than the nice smooth dome-like appearance. And even in some cases, this condition can be inherited, but most often this pyramid is due to environmental factors. So tortoises in captivity often experience more pyramiding due to improper nutrition, humidity, and even UVB exposure. So all of these things that are in the wild are naturally absorbed in their environment. But a lack of vitamin D or calcium, which helps their bones absorb this calcium, can cause shell deformities, weakening their shell structure and making it more susceptible to injury. So now that we know the causes, let's talk about how we can prevent these deformities. So some could be the proper diet. Sulcatas need a lot of rich fiber and low in protein, like leafy greens like dandelions, collard greens, and grasses make excellent food for these animals. And they should also avoid high protein foods like fruits and even commercial turtle pellets, as it can lead to growth problems. Another thing is calcium and vitamin D. This is crucial for their shell to grow and absorb it, as the tortoises need the vitamins. And in captivity, they are not as provided with the natural UVB. So UVB light sources are important, which helps them grow and produce this vitamin D naturally. And without this, their bodies can't use calcium efficiently, leading them to weak shells and even other health issues. Humidity and hydration is important, since they originate from semi-arid regions of Africa. So this is where they get plenty of hydration from their foods. So with this, they need constant humidity in captivity to avoid dehydration and encourage shell growth. And a lack of humidity can cause the shell to become dry and brittle, increasing the risk of pyramiding. Proper enclosures and even temperatures are important, because sulcatas are ectothermic, which means that they rely on their external temperature to regulate their body heat. So their enclosure should have a warm gradient to allow the tortoises to warm and move around, to warm up or to even cool down. And keeping the temperatures and humidity in the ideal range also impacts their shell growth. Another important thing is regular veterinary visits. So even with the best of care, regular checkups for reptiles, especially these guys, are important to catch any issues early on. And a vet can even recommend supplements or adjustments if they see early signs of a shell deformity. And preventing these deformities often just means setting up a naturalistic, healthy environment and being mindful of their diet and adjusting to their needs. So our next segment, what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys our tortoise, who is our newest addition to the Emerald Coast Science Center. So it's not Sebastian and Wolfgang, who you guys have seen before. His name is Ludwig, and he is another Sulcata tortoise, but he is a lot smaller and has the genetic condition of pyramiding. So he was properly taken care of and given the right food, but this genetic condition did not allow for him to grow his shell properly in the smooth dome shape. And you guys will be able to see the difference between Wolfgang and Ludwig here. And that is just because he wasn't able to keep in the proper nutrition or vitamins for his shell to grow properly. And that is also why he's a little bit smaller than them too. So overall, just one quick roundup about Sulcata tortoises is that they have beautiful shells that grow with them and change over time. And caring for these animals is important to their health, for them to live their long, happy lives. By paying attention to their diet, all the way to light and even humidity, it can prevent things like the pyramiding happening to these animals. I hope you guys gain a little bit more insight as to what it takes to take care of these Sulcata tortoises to keep them nice and healthy. And we'll see you guys next time.